Hey, beautiful people. We're kicking this week off with a brand new episode of Point of View. But before we dive in, let's welcome Willie Montague back to the table.
They not like us.
Hey, Willie.
Lord.
No one clapping for him but me.
It's Monday. Willie already started with the foolishness, but we're trying to keep him away from y'all. But coming up on today's show, Kanye West has some surprising updates. And did you hear that Maryland hairstylist dragged her teenage client through the salon? We have the latest. Plus, you don't want to miss Girlfriend's Guide and Unpopular Opinion. So pull up a seat, get comfortable, and join the conversation. You're watching POV. So Kanye West is making headlines again, this time for bringing back his Sunday service on March 16th. But just as fans were reacting to the news, Kanye posted a very controversial image of a KKK robe with the caption, "Outfit of the Day." Now, people are questioning his intentions, I always am, and what message he's really trying to send. Willie, where you at?
I can't go with him this time. The church service thing. I mean, he just was about to be a porn star a couple of months ago.
Was
he? Yeah. He said he was gonna get into the adult entertainment, and now here she goes. She about to come for the Christians.
Say anything.
Go for him, Judy. Go.
She about to come for. That's my take. Is like he needs to pick a battle. He needs to rest in the bosom of the Lord.
I think he's just very good at knowing how to get attention.
Yes.
You know, he says what he needs to say to get everyone stirred up. Because, I mean, publicity is expensive. And this is publicity he doesn't have to pay for when he goes out there and says something and everybody gets stirred up and go crazy. I mean, I think it works out for him.
I think so, too.
Not
I think
at
the
the stakes of souls.
What do you mean?
The part with him having a church service, that's souls. That's where you cross the line just a little bit. Now, I'm okay with his little outfit if he want to go out there and whatever he wants to do. But when you start, he just had his wife up there naked.
Right.
So he has to pick a
But is this the first time he's crossed the line? No.
But
He does
listen,
it quite often.
I'm just getting a visual here. Can we imagine the Sunday service choir in KKK robes singing gospel music? I mean, oh, Jesus. I wouldn't want to see that.
I think if Kanye paid them to do it, he would pay just some regular people to come out there and do it.
So what are people going to be singing? Where the choir going to be at? They're going to be in the background? Because, baby, I won't be in your pulpit or your choir. I won't be in there anyway.
Right. Well, so it's not for you. It's for the entertainment industry and whoever wants to be entertained by it. They're going to go.
But it seems like, he's doing a service. Like wasn't he like doing, like, he was doing the word. He was saying the word. He wasn't.
He was
He
at
was
Joel
singing songs
Osteen's
and
church.
promoting his Christianity
really?
and religion, was he
Jesus
not?
Fix it.
This is when I saw that story, this is what came to my mind immediately. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way which seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And that's what came to my mind when I saw that, because again, like you say, these are souls. I mean, you gotta be careful, but that seems right to him. So what can you say?
Do we think that Kanye is trying to change the way that his fans view Christianity? I feel like so many people are.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, because the Bible says in the end, we say it all the time, men will be lovers of themselves instead of lovers of God. And so I feel like he is trying to appeal to masses who really don't want to serve God anyway.
To a man, they way seem right.
I asked the question, but I just... Did anybody have something to say about that?
There's a way which seems right.
To y'all sermonettes going on.
I mean, you are supposed to be the leader at the table.
But
so
what I'm trying to say is that I just feel like, there are people going astray. And he has such a mass following.
Yeah.
And that's the dangerous part for me. Is
For
that
sure.
when you have that many people looking at you, and whether it's for publicity or whatever, it's a dangerous thing to play when you do that.
Well, that's what
I
God
just
says.
don't think that these people are following Kanye West to hear, the word of God. I think they're following Kanye because he's entertaining.
I want
There's a lot of
to.
entertainers that
What I
fight.
think is what is happening here is I think that Kanye West has accepted the truth, as I love to believe, as we know, that Jesus is the Christ. And at the end of the day, I feel like because of the influence that he's had from being on the dark side and seeing everything that goes on, in the entertainment world, I feel like he is like a madman, literally, not just because his mother birthed the genius, but because he's consumed and he believes one thing, but then your life is in another thing. And I feel like that is what we see constantly, while the lines are always blurred in everything that Kanye does, because you believe one thing, but you're living another life.
Himself.
For sure.
But God says, be hot or cold.
I know that's right.
He don't like it.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
That's what he's going through.
Woo, well, that's what he look unstable in a lot of his ways here. So, hey, the word don't contradict itself. But on to the next story. This one has everybody talking. Over 60 million views later, a Maryland hairstylist is facing assault charges after a viral video showed her dragging her 15-year-old client across the salon floor because she allegedly tried to escape without paying for her service. The hairdresser claims she was stopping the teen from leaving without paying, but while the family claims it was just a misunderstanding. 60 million views.
What was the misunderstanding?
Yes.
There's a service being provided, and there needs to be a payment made.
What's
What's the misunderstanding?
On top of that, the client was 15, and literally the stylist was 18 yesterday. She just turned 19.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So these are two young kids, probably someone that went to her school, graduated. Now you going to her, you trying to buck the girl.
What that got to do with the service being provided? I don't understand. This reminds me of stories that we see online also, where nail techs are being taken advantage of too, because the person will sit there, they'll pay the little $20, $50 deposit for whatever they want to get done, and then at the end they like, oh, I didn't like this color, or I didn't like this, I don't like this shade. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that expensive. I'm sorry. I know these nail techs have their policies on their websites, or whenever you book, they send you whatever they need to send you. So I don't understand this. The girl got dragged. She deserved to get dragged. Period. Pay the bill. Pay the bill. I wish I could drag some people for not paying a bill.
Where was her parents?
I don't know. Honestly,
That's who she should have went to.
Yeah, exactly. And
What you mean? What you mean? She was in there. She was in there getting her hair done by herself. What a parent need to be there for?
Run the tape.
She should have had the money. She should have had the money on her. She was going to get a service. You don't go get a service with no money on
Run the tape. Let's see who this lady is that's coming up behind her. Is that not her mother?
No, that she had a wig. No, it was the next client.
I think, yeah. That was just
But I'm saying
innocent
that at the end of the
bystander.
day, she's 15, so the responsibility should fall back on the parent because she's a minor. Is what I'm saying.
Then the adult, her parent, should have been at that appointment the whole time. Yeah. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that, if you're gonna drag the parents to get the money.
No. The parent didn't book that appointment.
Listen, honestly, I feel like I know technically she was drugged, but really she wasn't, because she carried her by the hoodie, the floor. You could see it was an easy swipe. No swindle, no.
Oh, wow.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? She did not hurt this child. And I feel like this little girl, and I don't want to be biased, but I feel like this little girl is probably one of them grown 15-year-olds in the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and thought
saying?
she was going to get away with it.
Exactly. And now her mom, they want a lawsuit and all these other things. When she know her daughter probably done ran off on the plug twice. As a hairstylist, I'm not gonna lie, something like this did happen to me before. I would not even attempt to chase anybody down. I just believe God gonna bring it back to me. It is what it is. But someone ran off on me, and the next day I had a makeup appointment. Went to my makeup artist. I get there. Who in the chair?
Ooh!
You lying.
The girl that ran off on me.
Wow.
So I went back to my car, and I'm sure she probably was so nervous. So when I went back to my car, I sat in the car, I texted my makeup artist, and I'm like, hey, that girl in your chair ran off on me yesterday, so make sure you get your money first. And she's like, do you want me to say something to her? I'm like, no. Don't say none.
Tally, what a good woman
get your
you
money.
Because the way I would have dragged her ass up out of that makeup chair, baby, I'm getting my makeup done, and you gonna pay for my service and yours.
No, ma'am. No, I ain't had to. I was trying to make it to where I was going that night.
Girl, you a better woman than me.
At 15, you've lived on this earth long enough to know you need to pay your bills. You have the bill to pay. Your mama pay it. Somebody pay it. But that hairstylist needed to get paid.
Exactly.
And absolutely,
She just sat there and did a
I think
service.
she
That's
had
so wrong.
a righteous anger. But I did the work. I want my money.
Yeah. Since then, though, the
That's a good way
hairstylist
you
has
did it.
spoken out to defend herself. So let's see what she had to say.
She ran. Forget tried. She ran without paying me.
And then what did you do?
I dragged her by her hood back into the salon until I can get paid, or, until the police come, or until, she let me take out the service. Because it's like she literally ran outside like she was about to be gone. I feel like if I didn't do that, she would have been gone and I would have just never been paid. She ran. Forget tried. She ran without paying.
Is the misunderstanding that she went outside to call her mom?
No,
Girl.
No, she ran off and wasn't trying to pay.
Exactly.
Now the mom is saying that she sent the money to the wrong cash app. It's not given. But what I do want to say is, I don't know what's going on in Maryland, baby, but this 19-year-old baby look like she about 39.
She don't.
Oh, Lord.
No, she don't. No, she didn't.
I'm trying to figure out if she gonna make sure she look like a child before she go to court that day, honey. Because,
I'm not playing with you.
Lord,
I'm not playing with you.
listen, we have to take a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. After this, we have Girlfriend's Guide and Unpopular Opinion. Stay tuned. You're watching POV.
Taught you.
So I'm going to go first. I want to say the hardest lesson that love has taught me is live and let live. I feel like so many times we give up our lives, when we're in love, and then we expect the other person to do the same. And I think it's just so important to live your life, whatever that means for you, and allow that other person to be themselves. Because at the end of the day, married, single, separated, divorced, whatever, nothing is promised, but ultimately you need to live your life to the fullest. So, respect your partner, but baby, live their life.
I'm going to piggyback off of you and say is it the toughest? The hardest, the toughest, whatever. Lesson that love has taught me is I always need to be, or anybody, you always need to be prepared for anybody to switch up on you at any moment. You need to be prepared for that and always take care of you first.
You don't know the motives.
You'll never know the motives.
Right.
You'll never know the intent.
Right.
You never know.
Well, as a man,
Oh, my
I say to value yourself and don't put your vision aside, and then the person's not committed to the vision and you. And that's what I've learned. Made that mistake. So.
Oh, that's good.
Raquel?
That's good. No, you never know what people's motives are.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I try to hear what people may not be saying, but you can now, you just never know. You just love you, take care of you, and do what God tells you to do and walk in that way.
Yes, love yours. Who said that? J. Cole? Anyways, drop down in our comments what your toughest lesson in love has been. We would love to hear from you, but for now, we're going to get back to the show.
Welcome back. This is that part of the show where we talk about love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. All right, so we've all been here, some more than others. Let's be real. Loving someone versus being in love. What's the difference? Can you be in love multiple times, or is there just one true soulmate? Or is the whole soulmate thing even real, or is it a myth? Can you love someone without being in love with them? If being in love more than once, what y'all think about it?
You definitely can be with someone and love them versus being in love with them. Because when I look back over the relationship I've been in, I don't believe that it was being in love. I believe that the purpose was to love them, but with the purpose that she was going to be my wife, but it was going to have to unfold unto that. Like it wasn't, the Bible says a man that finds a wife. And so in that, there is a part of falling in love. Doesn't mean it's going to come, and you shouldn't wait. You got people be in a relationship 15, 20 years expecting for the in love to happen, getting married, and it's destructive. So I think it's a process of you falling in love. But you love the person because there's something that connects you. And I do believe that a soulmate is real. I do believe there's a real soulmate.
Do you
But what's
believe
the
in multiple
difference? Oh.
soulmates? Do you believe that you can have multiple soulmates?
No, that's why we got people with soul ties and all locked up.
I
and
know
tangled
that's
up.
right.
No, your soul should be.
So how do you know when somebody is your soulmate?
When you adorn yourself as a woman and let the man find you, a man that finds a wife. A lot of people out there are given the cow and the milk for free, and they're not able to get out there and find out who is really the person who's supposed to be taking care of them.
I don't know, Willie.
I agree. I agree with you, Willie.
You
now.
said let a man find you. Men be finding a lot of women.
But the women let them do that. If you are in your
You just
place
said
of
let a man find you.
but you let them find multiple women. If you are adorned, which means you're set apart, you are.
Now hold on.
You
No,
said-
you,
No, hold on.
I get what he was
No,
saying.
I
but
heard what he
I
said.
heard where you got lost. I think you got lost. I don't think he lost you.
Well, explain it.
Because I feel like you were about to get caught up where he said let them find multiple women, but it is him saying that multiple women allow men to find them, and it's not in alignment. Not that you should let your man go and find all these
Right.
people. I do also believe that there is such thing as a soulmate, but what I realized in a conversation that I was having with some of my friends recently is that we're not having some of those initial very important conversations early in relationships. And I feel like because of that, we're having different definitions of what love and
is.
in love is.
Yeah.
And I think that, we were asking, around the table, hey, what do you think love is? Or what do you think in love is? And it just was getting all over the place. And I'm not, Webster. Literally, I'm not Webster, but
Yeah.
I was like, dang, what do people be at?
I think it's what it means for you. You know
No.
what I'm saying? I
Some
think love
things
looks
just
different.
are. It does look different, but the definition of something is what it is. And so I feel like when a lot of people mix up being in love with loving someone, but to me, in love is like, and I say to me, but I think this is closer to Webster.
Okay.
In love is like, that intense feeling, those
Yes.
initial butterflies, that
Yeah.
passion, all
Yeah.
of those things. And I
Yeah.
think that people feel like, oh, if you say to someone, oh, well, am I in love with you? And you say no, they take that as you're saying, you don't love
love me at all.
No, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is right now we're not in a blissful place.
Yeah.
Right now there's
Yeah.
no butterflies.
Right.
Right now I'm not
Right.
swept off of my feet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
think that's something people need to really understand.
But would that
agree.
be infatuation?
I
Or
think,
lust.
I think in love is very close to infatuation.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
think people get lust and love confused a lot too. Because you can be in lust with somebody
Yeah.
and be infatuated with them,
Yeah.
and really care for them. But that doesn't mean that you're in love with them.
Do we think you can be in love multiple times?
Yes.
Probably so.
Yes. I think you can be in love because you as easily as you fall into love, sometimes as easily you can fall out of love. So
As a man, Willie,
Ooh.
I'd like to know, what do you think being in love means? I was just asking. As the man at this table.
that cup, Raquel. What's in that cup?
Just water.
You sure?
So you said was in love. I do agree with the butterflies, but there is something inside of the man. I'm going back to the Bible. Y'all can read it for yourself.
Okay.
But there's something inside of a man when you attach to that which you know is the missing part, that rib that's missing of you. There is no detachment from that. And that is a supernatural thing that no man or even yourself can separate. That's true being in love. Because no matter how angry she makes you, no matter how much you fight, no matter how much there's a discord, you know that this person has come in your life to help carry you to that next place in God. And that's what is in love for me.
Well, now having a conversation about love and being in love, that's how it was explained to me. That just what you said. Of course, it was a man that said it, so I don't know.
That is so funny, and I like that definition that you gave, Willie. But what I wonder is, in the natural, we often say that being in love is something kind of that comes and goes, those blissful feelings, those blissful moments, those heightened feelings, they come and go. So I can be with you, I can love you, and in this moment I cannot be in love, and then we may have 3 good years, and I'm in love all them years, and then you know we have an off year, things like that. So how does that relate to your concept of being in love?
I would say that comes with human nature. That's why you have to stay committed to the growth of the relationship, the marriage, because once that separation comes, that's when I believe the enemy comes in, and that's where we start seeing the separation, because you allow the flesh to overtake what you already know. You know your heart has felt it before. You need to find out what allowed you to stop feeling that, because something always comes in, because we're human. We wasn't born in the same place. We could be, can be from Texas, I'm from Oklahoma, but there's something that drew us together. What is that purpose? Y'all bring me back dating advice.
on the soulmate topic, though, I know we touched on that a little bit before. I think that's why it's so important to travel, because I do believe that, you know, just like when God made, you know, the elephants and the giraffes and all these things, and he told Noah to, hey, bring them in a pair. I do believe that we have our perfect pair. But I feel like if you don't travel, then, you know, your pair may be in Italy. And you may never get
I think my pair is. I think my pair is in Italy. That's what I've been saying all along.
Is not in your city. What she's trying to say.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if you have, you know, been around the block and you feel like the block ain't blocking, ain't nothing on that block. Let's go to a new car lot, baby. It's a car just for you. Listen, but let's switch it up a bit and get into our final segment of the day, Unpopular Opinion. So, y'all know we like to keep y'all updated on the latest in tech. This one is truly wild. A scientist has just introduced an interesting concept for the future of prisons. Imagine an inmate serving their sentence in just minutes instead of years. It's called Cognify, and it involves implanting synthetic memories of their crime directly in their brain, only this time from the victim's perspective. I'm disgusted, to say the least, and I don't want the Lord to come anytime soon, but where is the world going?
Girl.
I actually agree with this. I think that there are many people who...
Oh, look, Willie, you lose me. You lose me for
every time. Like every few minutes.
I think that when you really...
You give it Kanye.
When you think about...
What does this mean to that person's mental health? You know what I'm saying? Like, you implant this whatever inside of their mind, and they're supposed to be serving their sentence, but the only memories that they have is from the perspective of the victim. Like, what happens in a situation where somebody deemed a murderer, you know, like, kills someone, but it's self-defense? Like, but they have to go and serve time because it couldn't be proven in a court of law.
So this is not going to be mandated for everyone. It actually has where they get options. So I don't think it's going to be for those type of situations. I think this is from like hardcore criminals that they did the crime and knowing they did the crime. Because when you go into this, what's the difference in sitting 25 years and reliving all that than for you to go through those minutes and seeing from the perspective of what your victim had felt?
And what if they go through that and they still don't care?
No, this is a whole reprogram.
Yes, because some people like that. That's what like a rapist or something. That's what they did it for in the first place, because they liked it.
This is why reading is fundamental.
Really?
This is going to be a lot.
Now, really now.
This is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot.
Come on now, because y'all playing around.
This is going to be a lot.
Listen, what I want to say, because Willie can't seem to get it out over here between him and Raquel. My thing, though, Willie, is where do you draw the line? And that's where I'm scared of, is people want to be God and be in control so bad that this sounds very dark and demonic and a little bit too control for me. And I feel like as a man of God, you should be against this.
What if somebody puts the wrong memories inside of the wrong person? Because people make simple mistakes like that all the time.
Right. So I want us to look in this as more of a legal process and due diligence.
The legal system is corrupt.
It is, but you render to Caesar what belongs unto Caesar. And so I think
show them Caesar's mask you got on.
Where is it?
That's your Caesar.
Lord Jesus, be with us. Okay.
Let me see it.
As we wrap up today's show, we're going to continue to celebrate Women's History Month. We want to leave you with a powerful quote from actress Angela Bassett.
Yes.
Don't settle for average. Bring your best to the moment. Then whether it fails or succeeds, at least you know you gave it all you had. We need to live with the best that's in us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to catch Point of View weekdays here only on Afro TV. See you next time.